Okay, farm tour for July 5th, 2018. And starting back up at the top of A, got the potatoes, which are looking pretty good. They're actually some of the earliest varieties. I think it's dark red Norland and yellowfin are already starting to lay over a little bit. We might start digging some new potatoes in the next week or two. Peppers, we've got all the stakes in, but we haven't had a chance to tie them yet. We'll probably go through one more time with a hoe before we do that. The tomatoes are all tied up. Doing two different styles of trellising this year because some of the tomatoes we have are semi-determinate, so those are getting a weave, and then the determinate tomatoes are back on our standard double leader pruning. Using a top wire, we just put in some fall brassicas, so kale, and I believe there's some kohlrabi in there as well. One of the beds, that bed right there, is going to get collards and cabbage. Or actually, maybe cabbage got planted and collards and kohlrabi or what are going to go into this blank bed right here. It's getting pre-irrigated. Been harvesting broccoli this week, so going through that. The collards have been excellent. Just finished harvesting the kohlrabi that was down at the end of this bed. The cabbage has been out of there for a little while up front. The Sudan grass is there in a bed that we had early Napa and bok choy in. Nash's green kale and Lacinato rainbow from Frank Morton there. So we're still harvesting off the kale. We are starting to get a little bit of aphid airplane going overhead. Alright, down in block C, we're still planting out lettuce. We've been having trouble with lettuce germination, so making some substitutions on the plantings there. This is 2-line romaine. We plant them real tight in the line, but only 2 lines, and then down further you can see Samantha, which is 3-row. And this is the Jester and Nevada that we've been harvesting off of this week and last week. Some blank beds. He's got harrowed recently. They're going to go back into lettuce, and over the fall brassicas like fall radishes and turnips and those types of things. Just cleared the Hakurei turnips out of this bed, and there were radishes that we were picking in the back the week before. There's arugula that got cut today. Corn, beans, and squash are looking excellent. So we did the corn, beans, and squash, seeded them all May 18th, did them all in the same row this year. So see if that works. We need to get in there and get a little bit of the weeds out, but so far it's pretty good. Been through there a few times already. Got eggplant down at the bottom of the field here, which is starting to look really nice. In the greenhouse, the hoop house here, just mowed down a really nice cover crop of Sudan. That'll actually keep going. We're not actually watering it anymore, but this will be fall greens over here on the right, and then on the left we've got basil. I'm doing a little bit different harvesting style, which is working really nicely with the basil this year. Doing a lot of thinning cuts instead of heading cuts. We got tomatoes, which got a little bit of fruit set on there, but not quite ready to go yet. And we've been harvesting off of the cucumbers for a few weeks now, so those are going nicely. They have a little bit of mildew, but so far they're not growing in mildew. Onions and leeks. Definitely need to get in here and do a little weeding in the pathways, but the beds themselves are pretty clean. So that's looking good. Just turn around here. Kids garden and herbs. You pick cherry tomatoes are looking really nice. Thanks to volunteers doing a lot of work. Make those available for CSA members. I'll just take you around here. So we've got 2 lines of cherry tomatoes, 3 different types of cherry tomatoes, which haven't actually started producing yet. There's the old bed of cut culinary herbs, and those are still going. They're still really nice. We've got some sunflowers and some other flowers, parsley, lots of new culinary herbs in this section, so that's all really nice. Field G, let's see, I'm going to walk around this field. I just planted Some fall chard and beets on the edge. Let me get you up to field F before I talk too much about that. Actually picked the first of the bush beans in field G today, so I'm going to do one planting of bush beans and then one planting of pole beans. That gets us quite a few beans for the year. Alright, so parsnip bed is starting to look pretty weedy. I need to go through there by hand because the germination was thin, so I reseeded that, and now I got to see whether or not some of the reseeded stuff came up. Celery's looking good. Celeriac's looking a little slow this year, but it's starting to pick up. Basil down at the end there, we're harvesting. We're just covering our carrots now because the carrots, we're starting to get carrot rust fly. So the carrots are covered, and that's a bed of carrots that got seeded last week, so that needs to be flamed today. Harvesting carrots out of these two beds. They're almost done with the first two beds that were seeded this year. Irrigation's on. Got some wing sprinklers. The favas finally got harvested, and those will leave a row, maybe a little bit more than a row of those for seed for the future. More leeks. The summer squash is starting to produce. Kind of just make out Martin in the back there, maybe tying up the cucumbers. So we've got almost all the cucumbers tied up. We ran out of top wire, so we're doing the lemon cucumbers a little bit differently with using tomato clips, but basically the same thing. Single leader up to the top, and then we'll let them kind of go wild once they get off to the top. Field G, the peas got mowed down, so that's where the peas were. That was kind of nice. And the beets got cleared out today. Planted a little bit more parsley in here earlier in the week. Chard's got major aphid issues, so we'll probably mow that down and then it will come back, and it may come back nicely. We've got more beets that we're going to be harvesting soon. That's where we're picking the green beans, and there's the pole beans, which we'll be picking in a few weeks, I think. So that's the state of the farm right now. Starting to get a little bit behind, but we're not doing too bad for the time of year. And the longest days of the year, stuff's growing super fast, weeds are growing super fast, but we're almost on top of it. So I'll check back in next month.